introducing our headliner for the night, Mario Reyes.
Norco, let's hear it! Alright, who's drinking tonight? Let's hold them up. I want to see the drinks. We're all outside in the parking lot, so there's going to be a lot of drunk drivers on the road tonight. Norco, California. I am from Corona, right down the road here. Who else is from Corona? Back there? Yeah. If you don't know, Corona, that's actually where we get the name coronavirus, is the traffic. If you ever been down the 91 or through the 15, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. Right? But no, I travel all over the country doing stand-up comedy. Recently I was in Oklahoma. I was in Las Vegas. Tonight I'm in Norco in a parking lot. Fuck yeah. But no, like I said, I travel. I go all over the country doing comedy, and when I tell people I'm from Corona, they stop and they look at me and they back up. And they're like, wait, did you say Corona? And I'm like, the fucking city, not the virus. I'm not from Wuhan. Okay? I never got the coronavirus, you guys. But I did get the COVID-19. And if you don't know the difference, I'll teach you guys. The difference is the COVID-19, that's the 19 pounds that my fat ass got in quarantine. Yeah. As you can see, I got it about 4 or 5 times, you can tell. Yeah, I was actually anorexic going into 2020. I had just lost 250 pounds. Yeah, it was called getting a divorce. We'll talk more about the divorce later tonight. I'll bring that up. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mario Reyes. And if you've been watching the news, the guy Luigi Mangione, that's not my brother. And all my life people have said, hey Mario, where's Luigi? Where's Luigi? And I never had an answer until recently. And the answer is, well, he's in federal prison for being a fucking hero. Okay? If you still don't know who I'm talking about, that's the guy that went to New York City and allegedly killed the CEO of the United Healthcare. The CEO guy, he actually would have lived, but after the second gunshot, they said, well, that's a pre-existing condition. So, yeah. But we know Luigi's going to get the death row. We're pretty damn sure of that. And I just hope that Luigi gets that same wish, that same opportunity that the man in South Carolina got recently. There was a guy in South Carolina that was on death row. And his only crime for getting him on death row was for killing his mother-in-law. And I've had a mother-in-law before, and I don't think it should be a crime for killing the bitch. Especially death row. And they said, listen, bro, since that's your only crime, we're gonna give you an opportunity. You can have a lethal injection, you can have a firing squad, or electric chair. And this boy, he chose the firing squad, Norco. Oh, great. And I was like, all right, cool, that's the fucking right way to go. A firing squad's right, you know? I would prefer what they do in the Middle East where they stone you to death. Yeah, and then I found out that involved rocks and not marijuana. And I was like, fuck you, you can keep your rocks. You know, no. Anyway, where are my stoners at tonight? Do you have any stoners out there? All right, yeah, I love my stoner. I am a stoner. I identify as a stoner. My pronouns are he, hi. Always. But no, I recently tried to quit smoking marijuana. I really fucking did. And what I realized is it's easier for me to become a vegetarian than it will ever be for me to quit smoking weed. And it's because none of my friends just show up at my house with bags of steaks. Like, nobody just shows up with steaks. Like, hey, let's fucking chill, dude. It's always weed. You know? Or drinks.
High five, buddy.
Right?
Wait, what's his name? I thought it was Aiden.
Let's see, I did mention I had a mother-in-law. I am single. Where's my singles at tonight? Any singles? We got all couples out here? No singles? Oh, single right there. I gotta say, listen. I love the bigger women. I love the BBWs, the tortas. I know they're out there because I can hear you breathing. And I've tried every dating app. I've tried Tinder. I've tried Bumble. I've tried don't try Grindr. Grindr turned out to be a major pain in the ass. I never found any real girls on Grindr, just a bunch of fat dudes with dicks, tits, and Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah, you know, the Kill Tony guy. But yeah, so I've given up on all the dating apps, and I'm going to start looking in the female prisons now for my next girlfriend. I really am. And it's because I heard about a female prisoner that got lucky while she was in prison. Her name was Gypsy Rose. She was that retard bitch that went to jail for killing her mom. Yeah, well, she's not retarded anymore, Norco. You know, she did her time. But I did see her social media. She's a little retarded. But her titties ain't retarded, so don't judge me, all right? I'll still fuck a retarded bitch. All right? Just because she got downs don't mean she don't go down. Hey, no kink shaming. It's 2026. But no, yeah, I figured Gypsy Rose, she got with the real-life Peter Griffin lookalike when she was in jail. And I figured, all right, if Gypsy Rose can get lucky, you know, she got out, she got knocked up, and she just had the baby. And congratulations on Gypsy Rose for having her baby. I do hope the baby continues the family tradition of killing the mom. Yeah. Yeah, so I started writing to another female prisoner that's in Texas, and she got denied parole recently, so I can still write to her. And all of the letters start the same. And they start like this. Dear Yolanda, fuck you, I liked Selena. See? We have a Selena fan in the audience. No, yeah, fuck Yolanda. I'm glad that bitch is still in there. But yeah, I'll tell you guys why I'm single. I was married for 15 years. I really was. And I came home one day here to Corona. I came to my home in Corona one day. And I just had this sudden realization that after 15 years, I no longer wanted the condo. I didn't want the 2 car payments. I didn't want the guy that was sleeping in my bed when I walked in. Yeah, I let my ex keep it all. I let her keep the guy too. I didn't want him. She could keep it, you know. Yeah, it's a true story. Yeah, my ex and I, we tried to do that whole swinger relationship thing. We really did. It was really only one-sided. She didn't let me do any of the fun. She wanted it all for herself. And that is what led to the divorce. I knew she was a little chubby, and she was always telling me she loved Five Guys. I thought it was a hamburger place. It turned out it wasn't the hamburger place. And after 23andMe, I had to leave her, and I feel it wasn't the DNA test. It was the men. She did 23andMe. I had to leave. So, yeah. But the funny story is I'm still single, and her twins are going to turn 5 next January. True story. She thought by leaving me she would start a new life with a new man and everything. And, you know, plot twist, bitch, you had twins. And our daughter just turned 20. So I'm pretty much done. That's how I feel. Well, not done. You know what I mean. You know, legally, kind of. But yeah, so I hadn't really spoke to my ex in about 5 years. We didn't have any communication or anything like that. And about a year and a half ago, I'm doing a podcast with 2 powerhouses of comedy, Howie Mandel and Harland Williams. And we have a podcast, and it's called When a Stranger Calls. And the idea of this podcast is that Howie and Harlan, myself, we would call strangers. And we're taping the Valentine's Day episode of this show. And I do a joke. I don't do it anymore, but I used to do this joke where I tell the last gift I ever gave my ex-wife was a pair of hiking sticks. And when I handed them to her, she said, "Why are you giving me hiking sticks?" I said, "Because I want you to take a hike, bitch." And Howie, we're taping this Valentine's episode, and Howie says, "I want you to call your ex-wife, and I want your ex to confirm that story live on the air." I haven't talked to her in almost 5 years. We have very little communication because of a restraining order. But, true story. Now, very little communication. But I'm allowed to call. So I'm doing a live podcast, and listen, I'm in California. I know when I see gold. I know where to go digging. So I said, let's call her. And she answered the phone. And Howie Mandel and Harlan starts to talk to her. And they ask her, is this a true story about the hiking sticks and everything? She admits it's a true story. And then Howie says, well, while we have you on the air and it's Valentine's, is there any embarrassing stories you have about your ex-husband you want to bring up? Now, we've all been married. We have couples, right? You might have some embarrassing stories, right? You guys might have some things you might not necessarily want out in the public. Not me. I'm a comedian. You can't embarrass me. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you why. I told you guys I was on Tinder and everything. Recently, I met a girl on Tinder, and one night stand, I went to her house, knocked on the door, and she opened the door in red, sexy lingerie. It was fucking great, right? And we went right to the bedroom, and we were smashing it within seconds. I had her doggy style like this, I hit her, I'll be honest, a couple seconds. Okay, so anyway, I'm not body shaming nobody, Norco, because look at me. Should I body shame? Fuck no. But I'm looking this girl over, and I got her doggy style, and I noticed she's got a nice, M&M size freckle on her ass. Maybe a mole, whatever. Paid no attention. I'm hitting it doggy style, and a few seconds later, I noticed that freckle is now just above my belly button. Yeah, this is a shitty story, Norco. So, I didn't know what to do. I had her doggy style. I wiped my hand like this. I'm like, this fucking girl poo-pooed on me.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know what to do, but I had her doggy style. What would you do, sir? Your girl has long hair. So, I grabbed her hair. She thought I was pulling her hair to get her on. I was like, no, I'm just wiping my hand off. Okay? Now, I tell that story. I am not embarrassed. Okay? So my ex thinks, on the Howie Mandel show, well, I'm going to bring up the time that Mario asked me to peg him. Does anybody know what pegging is? Do you know what pegging is? Pegging is where your woman gets a strap on, and she fucks you with a strap on. Okay? And now, yeah, I may have asked her to do that once or twice every day for 15 years. But she never did. And she thought that would embarrass me. And I said, you know what? You can't embarrass me. So what I went and did, I went and got hats made that said, make pegging great again. Yeah, I sell these on my website now for $30 each. I'll give you one for free, sir. I know you like it. I had them specifically made to look like the MAGA hats, because all the MAGA guys really secretly want to get pegged anyway. And I actually had these made through Temu, because nothing fucks you like a product from Temu, right? So, catch me after the show. I got those for sale. Speaking of pegging and everything, it's June. It's Gay Pride Month. Do we have any gays out there tonight? Norco hates the gays. All right. Norco's like, fuck them gays! We don't do none of that gay shit in Norco. Don't worry, guys. But it is June. We have a lot to celebrate in the month of June. We really do. It's Gay Pride Month. I'm really big on men's mental health. I am a 3-time suicide survivor. Not that I'm saying anything. I've been through some dark times. So men's mental health means a lot to me. So that's this month of June. So any men out there, listen, we all go through it. Men's mental health, that's big in June. So we also have, in the month of June, we have this FIFA shit going on right now. Anybody a soccer fan? Yeah, I didn't think so. Nobody in America likes soccer. I don't know why they keep pushing that. They seriously need to stop pushing that. No, and then we also have the NBA basketball tournament going on, right? That's pretty cool. But no, a lot of things to do in the summer. We got all kinds of things. Did anybody do any summer barbecue parties yet? Like Memorial Day weekend, the summer barbecue parties? I personally never go to those. I have a conflict of interest. I can't go to a barbecue pool party because it will never be 30 minutes since I last ate. Like, why fucking go? I'm either going to want to eat or swim, and I can't do both. I'm going to guarantee pee in your pool, though. That's a guarantee. But no, yeah, we have a lot to do in the summer. We can even there's a lot of summer blockbuster movies out there. There's a new blockbuster movie, the Michael Jackson movie. Has anybody seen Michael Jackson? Yeah.
We actually seen Michael Jackson in person.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. You're going to love my next joke about him then.
Hopefully it matches ours.
Yeah, so I'll tell you guys this. Michael Jackson, the movie, I think the guy that impersonated him did a great job in the movie.
It's Matthew.
Yeah, he did a great job. When I was a young kid, I was in Catholic church, and my priest was a Michael Jackson impersonator. But he didn't do any of the singing and dancing. He just did all the kid touching. Yeah. Speaking of Michael Jackson, do y'all know that Farrah Fawcett, does anybody remember Farrah Fawcett? Do you know she's responsible for his death? Farrah Fawcett killed Michael Jackson. Let me explain this one. It's a conspiracy theory going around the internet, and you can look this up. Hashtag Farrah killed Michael. Okay, it's a true story. And the conspiracy theory is that on the morning of Michael Jackson's death, Farrah Fawcett died first. Okay, she got to heaven first, and Jesus said, Farrah, you were such a great earthly soul. I'm going to grant you one wish. And Farrah said, you know what, Jesus, I don't even have to think about this. I just want all the children of the earth to be safe. No more child predators. 2 hours later, Michael Jackson was dead, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a conspiracy theory that I made up, and we're going to push it tonight. It's hashtag Farrah killed Michael. Okay. Michael Jackson had a dying wish, too, when he got to heaven. Jesus said, Michael, what would you like for your dying wish to be? And Michael said, Jesus, I want to be cremated, but I just want all of the black ashes to be removed. Oh, shit is right. Well, yeah, Michael wanted just all white ashes. You know, some people consider that joke racist nowadays. I have a black man. Is that racist? No, see, the brother said it's loud. I'm going to do it. All right. Speaking of the NBA Finals, Donald Trump wanted to go to the NBA Finals so bad the other day, and I didn't know what was oranger, the fucking ball or his face. But they definitely booed his head down the fucking court. Donald Trump got booed so bad in New York City, and he's like from New York. So I found that to be crazy. This weekend we are celebrating America 250. We got a flag right here. So let's hear it, America 250. America! America! This is where you guys are going to start to hate me. We are also celebrating the 80th reincarnation of Adolf Hitler this weekend. I'm sorry. I meant the 80th birthday of Donald Trump. I do believe Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler reincarnated. And let me explain that one, Norco. In order for reincarnation to work, one soul has to go for another soul to come in. And if you know, Adolf Hitler died in April of 1945. Donald Trump was born June of 1946. That's the end of my argument, ladies and gentlemen. I believe Donald Trump is Hitler reincarnated. But no, yeah, so Donald Trump celebrating his 80th birthday with a big UFC fight on his front lawn. A bunch of half-naked men fighting on your front lawn, like traditional American white trash style. I love that. In my opinion, that's gay. Can I say that? Can I say gay in 2026? Yep. All right, yeah, it's gay. But one thing I do know that tonight at the UFC 250 celebration at the White House, they are going to have the guy that inspired the name of Epstein Island doing the anthem, and that's Kid Rock. Yeah, Kid Rock, that's the original name of Epstein Island, guys. And I will say that I know Donald Trump started his Board of Peace recently. I think he spells it B-O-R-E-D, because he had to be fucking bored to start a war with Iran. And in the first weekend, he said, once I bombed Iran, there are no more Walmarts. Only Targets. Yep, only Targets left in Iran. And I do know why he wants to go after Greenland, though. Trump wants to go after Greenland because in Greenland there's this little Arctic fox running around, and that's the fox that makes the hair for his toupee. Yeah. It's that, or I figure his toupee is made out of Kevlar, because when he got shot, that bullet bounced right off his head, right? I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk wishes he had a Kevlar neck brace. I know, like a sniper in Utah, I'm going to take these shots, Norco.
Damn.
I know Norco's not going to like me after this. Do y'all think that Charlie Kirk's favorite song was Protect Your Neck by the Wu-Tang Clan? Probably was. It was either that or Bon Jovi, Shot Through the Heart. Yeah. You know, I did those jokes literally 24 hours after Charlie Kirk got murdered. And in 15 years of doing stand-up, Norco, it was the only time I had somebody confront me and want to kick my ass after the show. I have a feeling that's going to be the second time tonight. I know where I stand. But no, did you all see that Erica Kirk come out at the funeral? Erica Kirk comes out with all the fireworks coming out like it was a WWF event. She's like, yeah! My husband died and I'm rich, bitch!
Titties up.
You know? Yeah, we thought Erica Kirk was going to be like, woo, tops off, you know, tarps off. I support that in the baseball, by the way. But no, I got to say that early Erica Kirk did like an event like it looked like WWF. That's what it looked like to me. And I'm a huge old school wrestling fan. Do we have any old school wrestling fans? Yeah, out there. John Cena recently retired. I tried to watch his match, but I couldn't see him. But do you know that John Cena is the most requested wrestler for the Make-A-Wish Foundation? Yeah. But they say it's a 2-year waiting list for these sick and dying kids to meet John Cena. And I figured at that rate, these kids are going to be meeting The Undertaker first. Yeah. They're definitely going to be meeting Hulk Hogan up there. Hulk Hogan died last year. And I have to ask, we had the mortuary guy here. I don't know how you would cremate Hulk Hogan with all that body oil on him. I would imagine we'd see a big oil fire like Kuwait 92. And like, when the paramedics got to Hulk Hogan, I was wondering, did they do that arm test? Like, 1, 2. Oh, now he's dead. Yeah. They just leg dropped him into the fucking... Get in there, you're dead. Anybody's following that Artemis moon mission, Artemis 2?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big space geek, so I'm going to say I love what's going on. I can't wait till we land back on the moon. I see a few girls out there. I'd like to land on Uranus. Oh, I know. Anyway. But no, Victor Glover was one of the astronauts on the Artemis 2 mission. And he is from Pomona, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that was really cool. But when I heard we had a astronaut from Pomona, I was like, that's bullshit, because I can go down mission right now and find about 5 to 10 guys that think they're on the moon this week. I can even find a prostitute midget out there that thinks the same thing. True story. You can look her up. Prostitute midget of Pomona. It's out there. But no, they said while they were up in outer space and they were looking back at the Earth, Artemis 2 mission, they said they could see a huge orange glow over America. And when explained, they said that's not the atmospheric scattering of light. That's actually Donald Trump's ego. Yeah. Speaking of Artemis, Elon Musk yesterday became the richest man in America. A trillionaire. That dude is rich enough to own white people, so you and Norco better watch out. Okay? If y'all see Elon Musk and Norco, it's looking because he's looking to own white folk. But I, meanwhile, can't even fucking afford gas here. Gas coming here is so expensive. I pulled up to the gas station. The sign said, "We now accept oral. A full tank if you spit, half a tank if you swallow." Yeah. That's how expensive gas is. And Mina, I'm unemployed. I can't even figure all that out right now. But I am going to start an OnlyFans page to raise up some money soon. But my OnlyFans is going to be a reverse OnlyFans. That's where I start naked and you have to pay me to put my clothes back on. Yeah. Let's see. How much more time?
8 minutes.
Huh?
8.
8? All right, let's see. Who likes dark humor? We are in the parking lot tonight, in the dark. I'm going to do a few minutes of dark humor. Now, these are jokes that I know, personally, I shouldn't fucking laugh at. And if you all laugh at, that means you're my people. And if you don't laugh at them, that tells you over the last 25 minutes of my act, you've realized how deprived I really am and I don't give a fuck. So one of the first jokes I want to say with dark humor, does anybody know the difference between a gay suicide and a straight suicide? All right, the answer is on the gay suicide, the teeth marks go further down the barrel of the gun. Yeah. All right, Norco, I know I got a lot of white folk in Norco. You guys are going to love this one. What do sharks and humans have in common? All the white ones are great. Said from the racist lady first. That means I didn't say it, she said it. Everybody hate her. That one's horrible, I know. It's fucking horrible. Another one is, I grew up in the high desert. Actually, I grew up in Phelan, in the high desert. And I went to a high school called Phelan High. Really did. But I grew up in a part of the high desert that was incredibly racist. So racist. In fact, you would get your ass kicked if you referred to the black man as the N-word up in the high desert. In fact, I mean neighbor, actually. Yeah. We never were allowed to refer to the black man as neighbor in the high desert because it just brought down the property value. Norco knows what I'm talking about. God damn it. No. I love my colors, though. I really do. I'm just being funny. One other dark humor joke I'm going to go on. I don't even know if I want to go there.
Yes. Do it.
This is where Norco's going to hate me the most.
Do it.
I know there's a lot of NASCAR fans, and we had the Fontana Speedway right here, and I love NASCAR. I grew up a huge NASCAR fan. I really did. I went to the California Speedway for like at least 20 years. But this joke, if you laugh at it, you're my people. If you don't, that lady wrote it. Y'all heard that recently Kyle Busch, greatest NASCAR driver, Kyle Busch passed away? He reportedly died in a NASCAR simulator, simulating a race. And my first question was, do y'all think he was simulating Dale Earnhardt's crash? Too soon for an Earnhardt joke? That one just comes out and hits you at the wall 180, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I hear the sirens. That means they're coming for me, Norco. That's the thing about doing an outdoor show. You got the sirens. I know they're not coming for me yet. Anyway, when I came up here, ladies and gentlemen, I asked you guys who's drinking. Let's hold them up one more time. All right. We're ready to hit the road drunk and ready. Let's fucking go. Not only do I do stand-up comedy, I have my own video production company. All right. And I have this video production company. I call it Public Chaos Productions. And I work with a lot of celebrities, normal people. I do a lot of online content. Don't look at me, ma'am. It's not like that. Actually, it is. But no, I make a lot of things. I work with a lot of other celebrities. I work with Brian Head Welch from Korn. If you watch Brian Head Welch, I do his sober recovery videos. I worked with Sublime and Jacob Knoll recently. And not only do I do that, I work with a band called the Cottonmouth Kings. Has anybody heard the Cottonmouth Kings? Yeah. We have a side group. We have a side group of Cottonmouth Kings. And that side group is called DGAF. DGAF. Does anybody know what DGAF means? Please watch your mouth. It is not don't give a fuck. There are women and children here. We are a Christian soccer organization. It stands for doing God a favor. Yeah, and if you don't buy that, I don't give a fuck. No, yeah, it really means don't give a fuck. But sometimes we do have to give a fuck, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I brought up the fact if you're drinking and driving tonight, DGAF is going to mean for a few things. And that is, don't get another felony. And most importantly, don't go away forever. All right? Aw, I know. After I just pissed off all of Norco. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been my time. My name is Mario Reyes. You can find me on Instagram, Mario Reyes 82. If you see me around Corona, I am single. Say hi. If you see me on OnlyFans, say hi. Told you, it's reverse. But no, you can also catch me on YouTube. You can find me on the Howie Mandel podcast. Or you can catch me nationwide, anywhere around the nation or anywhere around here in Southern California. Alan, Grey Wolf Brewery, thank you guys very much. Norco, this has been a fucking blast. I do want to end on one little quick message. I did make a lot of jokes about Trump and everything. I got to say this. In heart, I am an anarchist, but I do love my Republicans and I do love my Democrats. I love everybody equally. But I do not love that man right now, and I do not love what he's doing to our country. So I will say this. If you support ICE, I don't support you. And in my opinion, ICE, it stands for It's Called Evil. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been my time. Thank you very much.